Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So as you can tell by the title of this video, today I'm going to be doing a how to care for a crested gecko video. I just want to say before I start, my throat is sore, so if I'm talking weird, that is why. It's not because I just sound like this, but yeah. So I just got a crested gecko 3 days ago and I am absolutely in love with her, and I thought that I would just show you guys her home and her, and just also share the information that I've learned so far, and just kind of try to help you guys if you guys want to get a crested gecko as well, or just kind of put the information out there of how to care for them properly and make them happy and healthy. So the first thing I wanted to say about them is they are so easy to care for. Like, so easy to care for. They do not need any heat. Some people will argue with you on that, but they don't. They thrive at room temperature. My terrarium, it fluctuates between 70 and 74, which is perfect for them. And they do not need any basking spot or a heat pad, heat light. They don't need that. I just have a simple light just to distinguish light and day for her on her terrarium. But that's really all they need, which is, I think, is pretty awesome money-wise. The second thing that's awesome about crested geckos is they do not need to eat crickets and worms every single day. They do need to have crickets and worms at least once a week. Twice a week is better, but they do not need that as their staple diet, because their staple diet is going to be either repashy or Pangea, which is a powdered food that just contains all of the nutrients they need, all of their calcium, and it also has a bunch of fruits in there, since they are basically fruitarians, but they're not, because they do eat them. They do eat bugs once in a while, but that is one awesome thing about them, is you do not have to go out and worry about buying like 100 worms all the time like I do for my bearded dragon. So yeah, and then what else is about them? Their terrariums are beautiful. Like, you can make them so beautiful. And here comes the cat. Do you want to be in the video with me? Oh my god. Oh my. The minimum size recommended for one crested gecko is a 12 by 12 by 18. I think that's a little small. The best size is an 18 by 18 by 24, because that way they'll have a lot more space to climb around and have fun. My crested gecko is an 18 by 18 by 18, and she will be getting upgraded into an 18 by 18 by 24 when she's a little bit bigger. Right now she's about 28 grams, so she definitely is big enough to be in that right now. I could not find one, but I'll definitely be upgrading her to an 18 by 18 by 24 in a couple of months. The brand I recommend is an Exoterra. I have an Exoterra terrarium for my bearded dragon, for my jeweled lacerda, and now for my crested gecko. They're definitely just like the most aesthetic ones, because they have the two front doors that open, and they're just really pretty, and they have a screened top. I will show you my terrarium in a minute here, but yeah, and they are just very good for really all reptiles, as long as it's a proper size for the reptile that you want. I mean, cat hair all over my face, oh my god. Okay, so the second thing you need for your crested gecko is a lot of plants and foliage, because they are arboreal, which means that they like to climb and hide in the trees. They don't really go on the ground much. So I have 3 plants in her terrarium. I will be adding another one on my paycheck. But really, the main thing you need for their terrarium is to have some sort of substrate and some sort of foliage, because they will like to hide and they'll definitely appreciate it. A really important part of owning a crested gecko is maintaining the humidity levels. I'm in a place where there's high humidity all the time, so you have to make sure you maintain humidity levels without it being too high or too low. You never want your humidity to be under 50%, you never want your humidity to be under 50%. So what you want to do is, in the morning, spray down your terrarium heavily, get it to 80 to 90 to 100%, as long as it's over 70, and it will maintain that 50% until you spray it in the nighttime. So what I do is I wake up in the morning, I spray the terrarium down and make sure it's at 90%, and then I leave it, and then before I turn off the lights for the night, I spray it again and get it back to 90%, because you need the terrarium to dry out to 50% during the day, just to prevent any respiratory problems and to prevent mold from growing in the terrarium. You want to make sure for the first 2 weeks you do not handle them, because they can drop their tails, and if they do drop their tails, they will not grow back. It is not a bad thing if they drop their tails. Obviously, we would prefer if they kept their tails, but it's not going to harm the gecko in any way, and they'll be fine. They'll be fine without the tails. Oh my god. Oh, nails. So yeah, and the substrate that I use for my terrarium is Eco Earth, which is just a coconut fiber which helps hold humidity into the terrarium. You can use paper towels if you don't want the risk of impaction, which is when a crested gecko or any animal eats their food, but then they accidentally eat the substrate with it, and it can impact them, and it can cause some pretty serious health issues, but it's not very common for them to do that. And when I feed my worms to my crested gecko, I just feed them right to her mouth and she's in her leaves, so it's like there's no risk of that. Crested geckos do not like to be on the ground, as I've already said, so what I really recommend getting is a gecko ledge to feed your crested geckos. It's just a little magnetic ledge that you can put as high up as you want, and then it comes with little Dixie cups so you can, it comes with little Dixie cups so you can put in the in the gecko ledge, so that they do not have to go to the ground to eat, and that they will be more likely to eat, because you need to make sure that they obviously are eating. That's pretty much it, but I'm going to show you my terrarium now and just kind of give you a rundown of everything. And yeah, so here you go. Okay guys, so here is my terrarium. As you can see, it is an 18 by 18 by 18, and it is, I'm in love with it. I apologize for the cat meowing, my gosh. But basically, so this is an Exoterra. This is what I mean by the front opening doors. They're very handy. You just push that sideways and it opens. And then I'll just kind of give you a rundown. So my crested gecko, she's hiding back there. Since she is new, she doesn't really want to be messed with, so I'm not going to mess with her and show you guys her. But, so this is my hygrometer. Check the humidity and tell me how humid it is in the terrarium. So right now it shows it's at 43, which is definitely, you want it to be between 40 and 50% before you spray it again. So I will be spraying it again here shortly. And then on this side under here, this is my thermometer probe, and then it shows me the temperature, which is 72.7, so that's perfect. Or if you want to see it in Celsius, it is 22.6, so that is definitely good. And then here is her light, just to differentiate the day and night for her. And then I have this little log, which she loves to play in at nighttime. They are nocturnal, so you will not see them much during the day, but I am a night owl, so it's perfect for me. I'm okay with her sleeping her day away. And so yeah, so I have the this little leafy plant, which was like 20 bucks, which is pretty expensive, but these guys they live for about 15 to 20 years. That's fine with me. That will last her for a while. This is a plant that she just loves to sleep in the middle of it at night or during the day. And then here is the gecko ledge I was talking about. So on here I have water, and then this is her repashy. You have to make sure that your water that you use is dechlorinated if you're using tap water, but I use reverse osmosis water, so there's no chlorine in it. But I am going to be switching over to spring water because there's also no minerals in here. Spring water, there is no chlorine, but there's lots of good minerals, which is much better for them. Although it will leave watermarks on the glass, unlike reverse osmosis. And yes, so you definitely want spring water to spray down your terrarium and to put in the water bowls. This water bowl she will really never use, but this will help just maintain humidity, and I also switch that out every day. And then here's just a little dragon ornament, and then I have another plant back there, and this is my Eco Earth. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my terrarium. I'm just going to close this up again and just to show you how it locks. You just want to make sure that both of them are snug, and then you flip it, and that is it. The lid is a little bit warped, as you can tell, but it really does not affect anything. It's still 100% secure, and it still works perfectly. So yeah, there is my Exoterra 18 by 18 by 18 Crested Gecko terrarium. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!